right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna get going, get started. We got a bunch to cover today. I want to thank all of you for being here, and uh, buckle up because we've got lots of information to share with you. First, especially for those of you that are new to the call, we have at least a half a dozen new agents who just came from our new agent training, joining us for the first time. That's our mission statement. We are committed to the professional growth and financial success of our specialists and brokers by supporting them in their efforts to help their clients protect themselves against the potentially devastating, life-changing cost of needing care. In other words, our job is to help you succeed in your practice, however you define success. And as I say every week, if as long as it's not illegal or immoral, there's pretty much nothing we won't do to help you achieve your goals. So we're partners in this venture, and our job is again to provide you with all the things you need to be successful. Okay, I want to officially welcome Deb Bush, Samuel Espinal, Herman Kakamo, Candace Price, Michael Felwak, and Daniel Verestigo guy. And I apologize in advance if I mispronounced any of your names, but let me tell you, this was one of the very best new agent training classes we ever held. I was very impressed with they brought their A game ready to play, and um, I have high hopes for what their potential is. Again, they're going to be testing or certifying next week with me, but if anyone out there wants to throw their hat in the ring to be a mentor, let me know, and I will match you up with someone who I think would best be fitted or suited to work with you for them to find their success. And of course, there'll be an override in it for you for mentoring them for the first 3 months of their career, if that's what you'd like to do. So much of you have talent that you can pass on to others. Here's a way to give back, and it doesn't. The mentors always tell me they get better themselves because they have the responsibility to mentor someone else. So it's a win-win thing. Just let me know. All right. I want to welcome the new producers. This is your first Friday webinar. Again, you are on a call with all the senior supplemental benefit extended care specialists. There's a wide variety of experience levels here and many, 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 many millions of dollars of in-force production amongst the people that are on this call. You'll find them to be the most generous and giving people when it comes to sharing their skill sets in this profession. And if you don't take advantage of that, shame on you. All right. Here's what we're going to talk about today. First, we got our normal first of the month call, but we couldn't have Claude last week because he was traveling, but we have him for this week. So you're going to hear from Claude and all the things that are going on in the life insurance and long-term care solutions side of things. Some carrier updates for you. There's some new discounts available for the month of May to attend the conference. Right now, we are in second place amongst all the divisions with how many agents we have registered to come. And I don't want that to last more than this week. I want to see us move into first place where we should be. And if the new agents would just register for the conference, we'll be there because we're only like 2 away from first place right now as far as attendees. I've got some ideas from the field I want to share with you, some news you can use to post on your websites or send to your databases and stuff like that. I will share it with you though. And then some new life lessons in the life of an extended care specialist. And that's how we'll finish up the call. But welcome. There's the man, Mr. Claude Thal. He was with the new agents yesterday, and he's back here with us today. And again, a never-ending stories and experiences that he can share with you on what's working. Claude is our resource for not only life insurance, but all the other LTC Solutions. That's his phone number. For some reason, if you don't have it, there's the link. You can set an appointment with him. If you're not, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but if you're not, make sure you get appointed with Back Nine and work with Claude to get all the tools and benefits that the Back Nine agency brings and makes available to you. It will give you all kinds of advantages over the in against your competition in the marketplace. Claude, are you there, Mr. Claude?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. You want me to give you control?
Okay,
You got slides you want to share?
No, I don't have any slides.
Well, then
I
we'll
don't
just
have
go
any
back to the
slides
picture.
today. I
We'll go
just
back
wanted
to the
to-
picture review. Go ahead. I didn't know if you had slides or not. It's all right. Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. So it's always a pleasure to be here, and we had a really nice session yesterday. I already talked to several of the people, have some things scheduled. One of the things that we wanted to mention today is we do have Stratecision available on our website. I show that to you when we go through your onboarding. For those of you who've already been onboarded, as a reminder, you just go to quoting, other quoting options, and then Stratecision is one of the choices there. However, some people over the years have wanted to have Stratecision on their own computers. And if you'd like to have Stratecision, I get a group of people together and we renew it every May, and we get a discount. So it would cost at most $260 a year for you to get it. It depends on how many people we get. We might get a little bit more discount. If you're interested in having it available on your computer, let me know in the next few days so that I can add you to the list and we can arrange for that. Any questions about that?
New agents should know Stratecision is the main quote engine. I'm sorry, Claude. I just wanted them to realize how important it was to get it. But they do have it through you, so that's very generous because you're saving them about $400 a year by not. But it's they don't have to get it themselves. Though I highly recommend you take advantage of Claude's offer of being able to get the quote engine for yourself. Sorry, go Claude.
Yeah, I have my own personal copy for a variety of reasons, but I find it I like the way it's designed a little bit better than the web version that we have on our website. And as Mark indicated, this allows you to see what you're competing against because it has other companies like Northwestern Mutual, New York Life, and such, on the system that aren't available to you that you might run into in competition. So you can put them side by side and such like that. But yeah, we do have it on our website. I don't know how long we might continue that, but we do have it. We do have it on our website, so at least at this point in time, you can rely on that if you want. And of course, quote and apply. You can get quotes on a lot of this stuff through quote and apply. Thrivent's not on quote and apply yet, but we're working on getting Thrivent on quote and apply. It'll be on there soon. So we continually are improving our systems. And one of the things that I noticed recently as I was onboarding people is that you can link through to WinFlex Web directly through Boss when you go through those other quoting options. That's relevant for a discussion I'll probably be having later today with Abe on a case that he has because a Brightstar is available on WinFlex Web. So just to go over, people that are new got an email from me yesterday. I had one line missing, but talking about where our opportunities are. But we don't have full data for 2023 yet, but in 2022, 89.5% of the policies that had some sort of a chronic illness or long-term care type benefit were policies, life insurance policies with an accelerated death benefit. The linked benefit policies and the standalone long-term care insurance policies only consisted of 10.5% of the policies sold. Now they had more, they contributed more than twice the amount of potential coverage because they have compounding and the accelerated death benefits don't. And, I think those accelerated death benefit totals are bloated in a sense because there's a lot of policies that are issued with, free chronic illness riders that might be discounted when you use them, that where long-term care wasn't even part of the sale and the clients may or may not even know they have that benefit. But, so you can cut that 89.5% down a lot if you want. But the bottom line is that a lot of this stuff is being sold with life insurance policies with an accelerated death benefit. Probably my favorite one there would be John Hancock, but we've got, a number of them on our system: John Hancock, Protective, Prudential, Life of the Southwest, Nationwide, really good quality carriers. And those are one of the areas that, that we provide that you come through our system to get. On the standalone long-term care insurance side, you use us for National Guardian Life and Thrivent. That is other than Mutual of Omaha. And there's a lot of opportunities where National Guardian Life and Thrivent are really powerful. For example, I think most of you probably know that NGL has an unusual way that they do their couples. They have the largest couples discounts. And so they're particularly competitive for couples. The closer in age they are, the better. And they have a really great third pool shared care. So with shared care, essentially what the carriers do, each person has a 5-year benefit period. The traditional shared care straps those two policies together and says instead of each having 5, together they have 10. So either one, one person has a stroke and needs 7 years, they can do it. There's 3 years left from the other. One person dies without using care, there's 10 years left for the other. With Mutual of Omaha, there's a little restriction that you have to leave 1 year for a living spouse. So if you have a stroke and 5-year benefit periods and your spouse is still alive, you can use 9 years instead of 10. What's wonderful about NGL is that they have a third pool. So you each have your own 5-year pool, and there's a third pool that you can share. So just like with Mutual of Omaha or other companies, one person could conceivably use as much as 10 years. Together, they have 15 years of full benefits, whereas with Thrivent or Mutual of Omaha, together they have 10 years. With NGL, together they have 5 years. So somebody has a stroke and needs a 6th and 7th year of coverage, they're not invading the core 5-year benefit period of their spouse. And people really, really love that feature. That really hums pretty nicely. They also are particularly attractive because of the way they do their couples. They really are screamingly attractive if you have any 2 female couples. They're also very attractive in the executive carve-out market, where there's great tax breaks. If you're not familiar with the tax breaks for employer-paid long-term care insurance, we should talk about that someday. I could do a presentation on that if you wanted to. That's a great market for them. With their unisex pricing, you can add a younger or same age spouse of whatever, regardless of gender, for 25% more to add it to the cost. So it's a no brainer for the employer in an executive carve out to pay for the spouse as well. Turning to Thrivent, is as strong as any carrier can be. They're 100 percentile in strength according to the Comdex ranking system. They have probably the strongest bond with their clients of any organization because they're a member organization, a fraternal, like Knights of Columbus and the Elk and stuff like that. Because they're a fraternal, they have to have a common identification, and so they ask that either you or either the applicant or the applicant's partner, spouse, attest to being a Christian. They have a 20% couples discount. And what's really nice about that is you get the 20% couples discount, even if the couples don't buy the same coverage. So oftentimes somebody says, well, we only want to insure one of the people, and we'll show them, hey, you can get a little bit of coverage for the second person at no additional cost. Why wouldn't you want to do that? They're also really great if you want to add some of the extra features on. They will take your normal 90-day EP, just like other carriers will, and we'll change it to 0-day EP for home care. And those home care days, even though you're getting paid, they count toward the facility EP. So if you get 90 days of home care, you end up never having an EP. So they do that. It's really great. I like to add it on to their product because they charge only 7% for that. They add 7% to the premium for that. Mutual of Omaha adds 15% to the premium for that, and NGL adds 25% of the premium for that. So if you got somebody who's interested in rich coverage like that with a 0-day home care EP, Thrivent clearly becomes the carrier of choice. Also, if you've got somebody interested in return of premium on death, people who are interested in return of premium on death are not interested in return of premium if they die before 60, 65, or 70. What they're worried about is they die at 90 or 95 and they never needed care and they paid all of these years of premiums. So Thrivent reduces the cost of their return of premium partly by not returning premium if you die in the first 10 years. Very few people are going to die in the first 10 years. If they did, they didn't pay much premium into the long-term care insurance policy yet. So that I've never found that to be a meaningful issue. They also have unisex factor. They apply the same factor for men and for women. So that makes it really attractive for men to get a return of premium on death with Thrivent. And, the two couples don't have to both buy the same thing. So you could put that on the male and not the female. To give you an idea, at age 50, Mutual of Omaha charges 39.5% for males to add that feature, 26.2% for females. Thrivent charges 23% for each gender. So for a female, it's a little bit of an advantage, about 3%, a little less than 3%, 26.2% versus 23%, so about 3%. But for males, instead of 39.5%, it's 23%. Huge difference. Okay, moving to the linked benefit market, you've got two wonderful carriers in your portfolio, Nationwide and State Life. But if Securian or Lincoln Financial or Brightstar is the best carrier for a particular client, then that's our job to fulfill that for you. We have a very wonderful game of leapfrog being played in the industry on linked benefit right now, where the carriers are just leaping one over another to lower the pricing. The linked benefit policies are really competitive now. Well, who was the most recent one to lower their pricing? It was Lincoln Financial. MoneyGuard, they lowered the pricing in January. And now if you're getting, the 6-year benefit period with the 3% compounding, which is the best design typically to use for that, they are the lowest price, whether it's a single premium of 5-pay or a 10-pay. They don't allow a lifetime pay, but for a single pay, 5-pay, 10-pay, they're going to be the lowest price. And it's a very attractive policy. They're the lowest price, despite the fact that they have a 0-day elimination period. You can use that as a pricing advantage when you talk to your client, or you can simplify the presentation by not even having to mention elimination period, because elimination period isn't relevant, doesn't exist. They have a full informal benefit, and they have a 50% cash alternative that you can use to pay for your spouse. And they have a unique benefit transfer rider that if you've got two people in the family insured and one is the beneficiary of the other, the beneficiary, instead of taking the death benefit, they can apply it to getting some more paid up long-term care insurance benefit. That can be really attractive because now they know they're the survivor. They're probably going to go into a nursing home, less able to stay at home, having that be available can be attractive to them. Excuse me a second. This call. Okay, and then of course, all kinds of life insurance, whether or not there's a long-term care element to it. A lot of you have great opportunities for gifting situations for, grandparents, paying, $5 or $10, $15,000 a year for each of their grandchildren for a number of years. Abe and I actually talked to a client about a Kaizen case this week, and who knows what's going to happen. Things don't always happen the way you want, but he was contemplating putting in 100,000 a year for 2 kids for 5 years. And that Kaizen thing really pops. We just had an hour-long conversation with him, but it requires a minimum premium of at least 21,350, and we do that through a separate Kaizen system. But if you have a more modest gift like $1,000 a month, $500 a month, you can do it beautifully through Quote and Apply, which I've demonstrated to most of you. And then of course you can do disability income through us as well. That's not on Quote and Apply, but we have an outstanding DI expert. By the way, on Lincoln Financial, one of their senior VPs is going to be on Claude's Corner here on August 2nd. He's going to come in. He's going to be talking and about the product, and you might want to get familiar with the product. And if you have any questions, you have any experience with it, pros and cons, you can ask him about them or talk to him about them when he's on the call on August 2nd. And of course, you can talk with me about it in between. So that's basically the summary I wanted to provide today. There's a lot of opportunity out there for you. You're working with a great organization. Mark Goldberg is one of my favorite people. Absolutely. I've been so privileged to know Mark for over 25 years now. You're in really good hands, and anything I can do to help.
Your feeling is mutual, Claude, but at the same time, I got to tell you, if everybody else doesn't realize the huge advantage you have by being able to partner with one of the great long-term care actuarial minds of all time. You just saw a flat-out example of what 23.3% difference here and 12.4% there difference there. And I've been in this business 35 years. I couldn't tell you any of that stuff. Claude is a math genius, and that's a huge advantage that you bring to your clients. So if you're not using it, I don't even know where to say that you're just missing out on opportunity. So Claude, we can't thank you enough for being part of that. Abe, unmute for a second. Abester, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. What were you telling me about your experience this week with Claude?
Well, I don't want him to get a big head.
Well, it's too late, but go ahead.
Now, just a quick summary of what he said. We had a longtime client of mine on the phone. He's got 2 young sons in their 30s, and we had talked about the Kaizen solution for certain clients, and this might be a great fit for him to set something up for his kids. And basically, I'd like to be one of his kids because they're going to have great retirement income when they turn 65. But Claude handled the whole presentation beautifully.
You're adopting, Claude? You're in the market to adopt? Abe's volunteering.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel wants you to adopt him. Look at that. How quick did Daniel stand up? He wants you to adopt him.
But there's a rigorous boot camp, Mark. I'm not sure I would pass it, but in any event,
I don't know.
Especially for the new guys, and not because he's on the call and we see his face there, etc. And I've been in the business over 40 years. If you want a great resource for different ideas, which he just gave you a potpourri in the last 10 minutes, definitely give Claude a call. And I thank him for his time.
Well, thank you. And again, thank you for your support to him, to Abe, because Abe is a pretty bright and experienced guy. He lives in Westchester. He's a New York guy. He can handle anything. That's, those people are tough. All right. Thank you, Claude. Let's talk about some carrier updates.
Okay, take care.
All right. This changes literally up to the minute before we start this. So when some of these slides look a little funky to you, it's because I kind of keep adding different boxes and they're not always cooperative in letting me add them. But here's where we got some carrier updates this week. As you know, every week we will talk about them here, but we'll also include them on the email that comes out afterwards with the recording of the call and with the actual announcements they made. So you should check them all out because there's more information in them than I'm about to share with you now. You just can't possibly get them on all the slides. All right. So just came in right before the call began, a new Tuesday Talk, which is a podcast that Wellaby does. Again, Wellaby is being super aggressive about helping agents announce the launching of their product. They're in 25 states. Michael, you'll see Michael's name on that directory that I've sent you as your contact information. Take full advantage of introducing yourself to him. But this is recorded. This was done this Tuesday. Marketing short-term care insurance. So there couldn't be a more relevant product for you to listen into. So take full advantage. You'll get the recording. Just open up the attachment. Moo. Every week, Moo puts out their Moo Espresso, and then once a month they put out their monthly newsletter. Again, within that newsletter, there's Medicare news, there's life insurance news, but there's always a section on long-term care. So this is this week's. First thing they did was they corrected what they announced last week, that they're now going to let you get up to $15,000 a month in benefits instead of the $10,000 that has been capped at. But they put out some misinformation about it, so they put out a correction about it. Yes, you can get the $15,000 now, but you cannot do that with the home care side of things. They'll explain to you. I think it's if you're over 70 years old, you're also limited. So take a look. They'll correct it, and you'll have that, and you'll be up to date. Again, a new underwriting guide for their mutual care solutions and the updated product guide that expresses the fact that you can get all these additional benefits now. So all that's on that, and there, you can download all of them if you go to that attachment. This is from GTL. GTL runs webinars, training webinars every week. Problem is they don't send them out for that week until the beginning of that week. And so many times when I get it, you've already missed one or two. Well, again, I want to make sure that you get on the list so that you'll get it directly from GTL when it comes out, so you can tune into any one of the trainings that you want to hear about. This is again, their home healthcare rider they're talking about. They're continuing to make improvements to this product. They added that $3,750 for to give to your home, to the person who's with you at home, to help compensate them, to help you get your care in place. They've enhanced the amount of monies they'll pay out on the benefits. So you want to stay up to that. And then this link right here will take you to a story about caregiver burnout, which might be something you want to think about sending to your database or your clients. Okay. This is what I mean. This slide won't let me get rid of this blue line, but this is a webinar thing that GTL is talking about. You have their contact information there. If you register for these webinars, you'll get a notice of all the webinars, and they'll text you and let you know when there's going to be a webinar. There were 3 last week, so all their stuff is relevant to see. Manhattan Life puts out the Espresso newsletter every week. Again, now here's something interesting. I don't know if you picked up on this. Let me see if I can get it to go there. This was Manhattan Life ran an ad in the Wall Street Journal this last week. So this was the ad that they ran. Okay, stop popping up there. All right, so this was in the Wall Street Journal. So again, somebody says, I never heard of Mountain Life. You can talk about that. They've been around for 168 years. And here's an ad they ran in the Wall Street Journal, just as a additional resource for you. So something to talk about. And then finally, and not finally, but importantly, especially for the new agents, I want to remind everybody that we have set up a training just for our group for the 28th of May. So make sure you put it on your calendar at 11 a.m. Central Time. It's just to your time zone. But you need to register for it, or if you keep this meeting link, you can just hit join the meeting. You'll get lots of reminders about this. But Cigna just literally came out with their short-term care or their extended care product in the last 3 weeks now. And I purposely asked them to delay the training for you on this until the end of May, because I want them to get all the bugs out of the system and get the experiences of people who are starting to sell it and what's working and what's not. It gives you a max of $300 a day for facility care, so it doesn't match up to some of the others. But there are things in this policy that the other extended care carriers don't have. So you want to make sure you attend on Tuesday, May 28th. All right. So you have the invite will be on the email with what comes out with the recording of this webinar. All right. I'm going to have to come out of this to go to the actual slide where we have the replay, because there's two things I want to share with you. One is from Paul Rothman and one is from Raymond Levine, who both sent me things that they're doing in their marketing that I always find eye-opening and worthwhile seeing. And this is I don't know if you're seeing the email, but I'm gonna let me change the sharing thing real quick so we can go to. All right, stop sharing that and start sharing this. Okay, now let's see if we can get this to share. Share. All right. Oh, here it is. Okay. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. So this is the email you're going to see. You can see there's about a dozen attachments on here, but here are the two things I wanted you to know about. Raymond, I see you're here first, so I'm going to bring this up. Raymond has started a blog. I've heard of people doing, text campaigns and social networking campaigns, and Raymond's really good with social networking campaigns. But he started a blog, and I don't know, it's too new, I guess, Raymond, for you to be able to tell us how it's doing. But I want you to be able to see it. Let's see if it's coming up. Oh, this is this is his website, right? Embrace financial security with long-term care and planning solutions. Again, there's no reason why you can't borrow what you see to be good postings from your fellow agents here or specialists. And here's Raymond's. And now he has a blog he's sending out. And Raymond, you'll keep us posted on how that goes. You want to give us any comments on what your experience has been so far? You have to unmute, Raymond.
Yeah, in most situations, I mean, I get some responses. Most times I get women that want to meet me, and age doesn't matter.
Oh, it's interesting. You have to stay off those dating sites, Raymond.
I don't even have to do that. They find me, and they just not worried about my age.
You're irresistible. What can we say? Your generosity in sharing information is only exceeded by your good looks, Raymond.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let us know how this goes, because I know this is a new venture. And I know some of the carriers have been experimenting with blogs too, but as far as that's new to me. So I am somewhat impressed that you're going forward with this and making the best out of that, let me go now to someone who this isn't a new venture to. He's been doing it forever. I've talked to you about it ever since he joined the team, and it's been nothing but success for him. Paul, I hope you're on. I didn't even check to see if you're here. You probably are. This is Paul's newsletter. Look how slick it's become. Started out, it was just like an email narrative, and now it's like really, he's done a great job of constantly improving it.
We can't see the newsletter.
You can't. Thank you for that. Let me go back and stop sharing and then share again. That's the only problem with this team thing. All right. So now let me go back to share and see if we can get it to come up. It won't let me. I have to reshare every time we change a page. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. You can see it now,
It's beautiful.
isn't it? And like Ray, so is Paul. Beautiful. See, that's Paul. But Paul always talks about his family and updates with what's going on and asks questions and celebrates birthdays and stuff like that. And then he gets into the products so they know they're available. But it's always personal and it's something that, and he's got a big fan club. People wait for these newsletters every month and they respond to him about things that are going on. But he makes them relevant. He makes them, again, you can always talk to him if you want to know. I think he has somebody that does this for him, but he certainly provides the content. Here he's talking about the mistakes that O.J. Simpson made in his estate and why, well, O.J. deserves whatever he gets. But anyway, I'll keep my political thoughts out of such things. But it's interesting to see what kind of mistakes the Juice made in his estate planning. Anyway, take full advantage of this. Pick up on this example. Paul, you there? You with me today? I didn't notice. I hope you are. If not, you'll have a copy of this and you'll have his information and you can call him direct. He's as generous as Raymond is when it comes to sharing all the things he does, and he's built himself quite an agency in North Jersey. So take full advantage of it. I just wanted you to see some of the things that are going on, and this is one of them. All right. I'm tempted to stay. I'm back to see. Are you back to seeing my email? You're still seeing the slide with the newsletter.
I see people's faces.
You see people's faces. Okay, so we're on the main thing. Well, all right. Let me go back to sharing the newsletter because since I'm here, I think I want to finish up with some of the things that we're doing. There's the people's faces. I want to share with you some of the other things that are on here that I'm not, so I don't have to keep going back and forth like this. And where's the sharing control link? Okay, it's supposed to come up. No, Microsoft Teams. What's happened? This is the only one that makes me go through all this. There's Raymond. I'm trying to get to the email that will let me share this. Share this window. All right. Not it. Well, we'll get to it. I'll come back to it then. I don't want to prolong the call any longer than it need be. That's my email box. There's the slides. Okay. Current slide. Okay, are you seeing my slides again?
Nope.
No. Where does it say share? Okay. Well, let me. That's the share for here. Where's the share for the TED thing? You would think share this window.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
while you're doing that, let me, I'll give you a few seconds here for you to get that. Let me share with you something a tidbit that I learned this week. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'll save you here, Mark.
You are,
So,
because you know what it is? It says I have to restart this thing and I'm not doing that. So go right ahead.
okay, well, I had a long
This is
talk.
Sharon, by the way, everyone.
Yes. Hi. Hi, Daniel. I like your wave. I had a long talk this week with John Randall from Golden Care.
John or Tom?
It was John.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
John and Tom, but this was
There's a
John.
John and a Tom. I just want to make sure we were identifying the right
Right.
Randall. Okay.
And this is the group that I just discovered. I think Alita told me this. I just discovered they're the ones that actually designed the Manhattan Life product.
They're the ones that
So,
designed all the short-term care products. The Wellaby
So-
product, the GTL product, all of them were designed by them.
so they're very, knowledgeable on those of us that like the details. But here's the tidbit of the week, okay? I mean, he gave me a lot of information. I now understand it better. But for those of us that are Medicare people, where you can use this short-term plan is, he gave me an example. Those of us in Medicare know that observation days going into a hospital are an issue. And I'm not going to get into all that. If you're not Medicare, it doesn't really matter. But he gave me an example where his mother was in the hospital deemed observation. Because of that, Medicare would not pay for her to go to a rehab facility. So that would have been out of her own pocket. Or if you're not in the hospital at least 3 days, we all kind of know this, you don't get the rehab. So these short-term products really are a nice little hole, a filler when you go into that type of situation. And I didn't even think about it, but that's something for the Medicare people to be thinking about.
Uh,
Did I lose you, Mark?
Sharon, can you say that one more time, please?
Okay. Yeah, I think I lost Mark. So when someone is on Medicare, and there's two items I want to bring up. So when they're on Medicare, and let's say they go into the hospital, they hurt themselves, whatever. If they are not in that hospital for 3 days, then Medicare will not pay for rehab. Period. End of story. So they would be on the hook for the rehab. It's very common on the older crowd to go into the hospital and then have to go into rehab for something.
And that's not counting the discharge day, Sharon. When you say
Right.
3 days, it has to be three midnights.
Right. And we all know in the hospital, they try and get you out as soon as possible. So the other thing on this is that the big problem with Medicare is when a Medicare person goes to the hospital, if you are deemed quoted observation days, and you can even be lying in a bed, and if it's observation days coded by the hospital, Medicare will not pay for that. Okay. And so let's say you go in, you're in observation, now you have to go to rehab. Medicare will not pay for that. So his point to me was that these short-term plans, and it happened to his mom, okay? It happened to his mother. And his mother said, well, if I have to pay for it, I'm not going to rehab. So that caused a huge problem for the family. And it's just an idea for us Medicare people, how this can fill a niche that I didn't even think about.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Sharon. And yes, we have all those resources available. You're seeing the slide again, right, everyone?
Yes.
The yellow
So-
light bulb.
Yeah, the little light bulb. Well, that light bulb is supposed to be a symbol for all of your ideas. This is something we just started about a month ago. Every week, people contribute, tell me in advance so I can put their names up here and we can put their ideas up. So I'm encouraging everyone to continue to do that. Send me your ideas that you think are worth sharing so we can let everybody grow from the success that you're finding out there. Especially, I want you to share with us the things not only that are working, but the things that aren't working. So we don't have to repeat this and pay the same price for some lesson you might have already learned. that's, again, the beauty of being part of a group that's got a common goal here to help people protect themselves against the risk of needing care. So thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Paul. And thanks for being here. This was so I could bring up their pages. Here's some news you can use. All right. Now, again, these attachments will be on the email with the replay, but I'm strongly encouraging you to please open all those attachments, because if you miss some, you're not going to see them. So this is something I picked up from LinkedIn. Bill Comfort is one of the real influencers in our industry. Are you seeing this slide of Bill Comfort post, or do I have to reshare it? Guys,
We don't see it.
thank you. I can't tell what you see or you don't see, but I can tell you, but you need to tell me when you can. Let me bring it up for you again to share. Oops.
And we can see the LinkedIn link.
You can see the
Right.
LinkedIn link, but you can't
Yeah,
see,
we see, yeah.
you see the link, because that means you're
Right.
looking at,
Right.
you're
This
looking at the slide.
Buddy
Yeah.
newsletter.
Right.
See insert.
So that
Right.
means you're
Now
looking
we
at
got
the
that.
slide. And,
Yeah.
and again, oh, here, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to come back to sharing. And it's the only thing I don't like about this TED thing is that it makes you do this every time you want to change the slide. Okay. There. Now you should see. If not, I will be able to go out and share again, hopefully. Are you seeing the Bill Comfort thing now? No? Yes?
Nope. Just the
No.
link.
Just the link. Okay. Let me go back to the link. Let me, oh, I see what I need to do. A technical lesson in stop sharing. And then I want to stop sharing. Why does it keep going forward? Stop sharing. And now I want to go back to the share button and see if I can find the link that will let you see. There it is. Now you see the link. I'm clicking on it, and hopefully it'll let you see it now that I'm sharing it this way. No luck. Click on the link when you get the recording, please. This is a great article about the pros and cons of long-term care. Bill, as I said, I've known him for 30 years. He's just one of the great influencers in our business. He is the head instructor for the CLTC course, and he constantly is posting on LinkedIn and other sites. So when you get on his link, follow him so that you'll get his stuff as it comes out. All right. So this is, again, something all you'll do is when you get to this, you'll see this link in your email. Just click on it and you'll be able to see it. Buddy Inns put out a new newsletter in which they are rating the carriers. I know many of you attend the Buddy Inns calls on Tuesdays or Thursdays. They really are racing ahead of the pack in their technology. They're more a tech company than they are a product company, but that's fine. You want to be tuned into what they have to share. Mark Glickman, who runs the company, is an actuary and born into the business. His father was the president of the National LTC, ILTC, actually, a conference and a lead actuary in the space for decades now. And he was born into the business that way. He knows the business inside and out. You want to make sure you stay up on that. Their newsletter is by far one of the best. It'll be attached to the email. Make sure you open it and read it. Okay, I want to talk to you briefly about the conference. As I shared with you, we're in second place right now with attendees, but I expect that to change when these new agents who just joined us will be coming on board. Every month, we've given you an incentive to sign up for the conference. Again, it's July 15th and 16th here in Frisco, Texas. This link will take you right to the conference. Here's the link where it appears on Facebook. For those of you who have still not joined the Facebook page, go to this link and join. Again, it's a private group just for the NAS members, but it has about 1,300 of our agents on there. So you just click that you want to join. You have to be invited. You'll get it back an invite saying, please join the group, and then you'll be able to have access. You want to be, you want to be at this conference. That's all I can say. Every vendor will be there. Every carrier will be there. The program, I've seen that the agenda is as robust as you can imagine. Again, there's just, there is all kinds of upsides to what is going on here. Why is this slides changing? Anyway, there's all kinds of positive differences to be there. This week or this month, for the month of May, they're offering another incentive. There's, by the way, that's the complex. This is where the Dallas Cowboys train. That's right over here is a dome stadium, if you can see it. That's the place where they received this building right
You're
here.
not sharing.
I'm not sharing
not
this
up.
either.
No, it's not up.
Jesus. I hate this when they do this to us. Okay, then let's see if we can get this to share again. All right, share. All right. Now am I sharing?
Yes. May discount, have the agent type the code.
Yep. All right. Okay. So this, they have you put this code in, I'll send you the email that explains it all to you. It reduces your cost for attendance. Again, if you're in a position, you want to go as a VIP because there's all these extra perks you get. You get to tour this dome stadium. You go over here, which you're not really seeing, but there's a private club here. It's called the Cowboys Club. The Cowboy players and coaches and all kinds of local celebrities hang out there. You're going to have access to a private cocktail party there, and then you're also going to be able to go to this restaurant on the first day called Sidecar Shuffle, which is supposedly, I have never been there, but I keep hearing it described as a Dave and Buster's on steroids, but more for adults. So again, that's all included in the VIP package. And all that stuff is on sale right now. Take full advantage of getting there, and then use the contests that are being run by the agents to help offset your cost to attend. Again, if you miss this, I can't replace the experience you're going to have by meeting all these people that you do business with by being there. So again, it's held at the Omni Hotel, which is right in front of the property here, but there are other less expensive hotels around there. You don't have to stay at the Omni. They do get a special rate. Anyway, when you type on or you click on any of these links, you'll see a man's name is Jody Hinkle, Hinkle, Jody's guy. He can help you with any and every aspect of this. So take full advantage of this conference and be there this July. All right, make sure you take care of the discounts. The codes will be there. Top producers from last week. I'm getting, it's like dragging teeth to get you guys because I don't have any other ways to find out this information until the business places and you get paid. I want to know the week of when you write business. So, Dennis, Cindy Johnson was kind enough to share that she wrote a couple Medicares, an ACA, a dental product, and a vision product. So again, it doesn't have to be extended care. If you're writing any kind of senior supplemental product, we want to know about it. And I wanted to just show you that she signs her signature says Medicare Senior Supplemental Extended Care Specialist. So you should be doing something like that. Again, she's very accomplished, as is Sharon Luker, who too wrote Medicare and supplemental business last week. And every week, they both write business every week, but they weren't telling me about it because it wasn't extended care. I want to hear about all of it, and we want to bring attention to it so everybody else can see what people are doing. And then this is our number one agent in the country. Now, she's on a cruise, so she only did $3,423 last week. When I say only, that's because if you've seen her numbers in the past, they're usually 5 figures, and sometimes middle 5 figures. She all her business she wrote last week was from Manhattan Life, all Omniflex. She is now number 9 in the entire country with the Omniflex products. She made the top 10 for them, and I'm sure she's on her way to one of their 2 trips. They go to Aspen coming up, and then Stockholm. So again, and at that Stockholm trip, they'll announce the locations for the next year's trip, which all of you are now eligible to be qualifying for. So again, everything you're producing now will help you get closer to going on those trips. And everything I've heard about those trips is they're not something you want to miss. All right. Anybody else, any business that you didn't share with me? Now's the time to come on, unmute and tell me. But again, if you don't send it to me before the call, I don't know about it. So again, from this point forward, any kind of supplemental business, let us know about. And have a good cruise, Lori, because I know you're not listening since you sent me where the ship from which you were sailing out, which was right across from Cape Canaveral, so she could see the rocket taking off. But anyway, send me what you're doing out there so everybody else can see kind of money that's getting earned. Okay, observations from the field. Anybody have anything happen to them last week with any of the carriers or with any clients they want to share? No? Unmute.
I'll share something.
Okay,
Mr.
Daniel,
Claude.
you've never been
Claude,
shy. Go ahead. That's a
yeah,
good way to
Claude.
get right in here.
Claude helped me out yesterday. I signed a client up for what was it? The accidental
Right.
insurance. And when the packet came in, I sat the client down and we talked about it. And it was actually my first sale, and a little confusing on the
Congratulations.
terminology. Thank you. A little confusing about the terminology. So I called, it was with Moo, and talked to an agent, and they gave me some information that just didn't seem right. And so that was in the morning. In the evening, I called again because I figured I'd get a better agent, and they told me the same information, which was not what me and the client first initially thought.
Okay.
And then Claude picked up where I reached out to him, and he's like, well, that doesn't seem right either. So we called Moo again, and this time it was a different agent, and they gave me the information that we assumed was correct. And so it was very frustrating because the first 2 agents told me something totally different, or a representative, not really agents, because they're working for Mutual of Omaha. The first 2 told me something completely different, and then the third one, he told me pretty much what Claude was saying. And so good thing is that representative from Mutual of Omaha, he said, I'm going to get on this. I'm going to get on that recording. I'm going to listen to what they told you, because that's unacceptable. So kind of good and bad at the same time, but I guess that's part of.
Thanks for sharing that, Daniel. Guys, I send you a directory whenever there's an upgrade. Keep that handy. Keep the people we identify to you on that directory are hand chosen to serve us. They're not. You shouldn't have this issue when you call it. Daniel probably called the general move service number, and that's why he got that. Call and reach out specifically to the people that we put on those directories. I've known many of them for many, many, many years. They always give the agents from our division, our channel, priority treatment. Because I've been on too many trips with most of them that I know things they don't want me to say to other people. So they're scared, and no, I'm teasing, but they'll help you, and they'll go the extra mile for you, especially when they know you're with us. So use the names that are on there, and and if you have an issue whatsoever, call me. If you suspect that it's not right, let me know, because again, we'll get it straightened out for you. You're
Hey,
all
Daniel, one other
Yes.
thing that you can do is when you're in that situation, go to the Facebook group and post it. Moo is telling me this. I don't think it. What do you guys see? And we'll all come back and go, nope, it's wrong, or yes, and this is why. So you can get an fairly immediate response and not have to wait by calling tons of people.
Sharon is dead on right.
Thank
So
you.
again, and Andy's always on there too. So, I mean, and he weighs in all the time. So get on that Facebook page, post your problem. I can promise you one of those other 1,300 people that are part of the Facebook club will respond back to you, or multiple people will. Also, again, just don't let anything get in your way. I pretty much know someone inside every carrier that we can call that will intercede or get you, um, again, the attention that you need, whether it be for a client or be for an underwriting question or be for, because I know most of the heads of all the underwriting people. So again, they don't normally take calls from the general public, but they'll take our calls, and we'll help you uh, overcome any obstacles that might come your way. All right. Anybody else have any particular issues or observations from the field? Uh, I can only tell you again that I'm working with a woman at Manhattan Life. I've had some issues with recent products I wrote for them. In every case, she solved the problem. She's the chief of underwriting. Her name is Renee Sturgis. And she sent me an email saying, if any of your agents ever need any help with the underwriting, just make sure they call into Manhattan Life and ask for me. Just let her know you're with us. All right.
Hey,
And
Mark,
yes, ma'am.
this is hot off the presses, okay?
Can I share?
So I just got an email while this is going on from Wellaby. Everyone pay attention to your Wellaby emails. They are having a virtual workshop. It's a fact-finding and quoting Wellaby short-term care. And it's going to be it's going to talk about, reviewing their product, but how to fact find for short-term care, how to review, how to quote in their system, what benefits to quote. So know that they just came out with that. They're offering 3 times if you want to hop in.
Okay, so there you go. Great. That's again, everyone. I spoke to the new agents about it. Everybody should be reminded that Wellaby is extraordinarily hungry to get the word out about their new short-term care product, and they're willing to pay for any of the mailings and or anything that would be involved in helping you reach out to your database. They'll support you in that, and they will help you with all kinds of new programs that they're designing to help you get prospects and leads. When a carrier is new, they're hungry, and there's no better source for them than you to reach out to your clients to let them know that you've got something new to offer them. So Sharon's right. Take full advantage of that. And that email that I showed you about that podcast they have, or telephone thing they have, you should open it and introduce yourself to Michael and call him. Again, the names are on that directory that I provided you for new agents yesterday, and everybody else should have it. And if you don't have it, remind me and I'll send it to you again. When we have somebody new, we always update it and send it out to everyone. Okay, there's a couple other things on the slide, or on the recording slide when you get it, that aren't in here because they literally just came in, but I'm counting on you to open up the email and check those attachments out. So let's wrap up the call. That little thing, for some reason, I'm calling it the price of success. It's really, it's more relevant to that. And I chose this because the new agents are on the phone, and I wanted them to understand what they're about to enter into. Tomorrow, all the new agents will be showing up on the Saturday morning call. I would hope all these experienced agents will be there. I've told them they should bring their challenges and problems and questions about getting started, and you would help them share what you did to launch your products, your practice to such great heights. All right, and give them some straightforward advice. So try to be there tomorrow. I'm sure most of you have heard that you have to pay the price for success, and that's actually a little bit of a misnomer. It sounds like a negative because you have to, well, you got to pay to be successful. It's not really paying the price for success. You don't pay a price for success. You enjoy the benefits of success. What you pay the price for are the setbacks and the failures. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be embracing them, because that's the best way you learn. I've learned so much more from my failures in my life than anything I've learned from the successes in my life. But it is nice to enjoy the benefits that come with success. So you, you look at it through all the other aspects of your life. You don't pay the price for good health. You don't pay a price for a good marriage. You enjoy the benefits of those things. You don't pay the price for almost all the things in your life that you do. What you do is enjoy your wins, your experiences of the success. You pay the price when you don't do the things you should be doing to make those things in your life successful. And when you're successful, it frees up your time for so much more things that you can do and invest in and experiences you can have. And it's just a never-ending opportunity for you to continue to enjoy the benefits of that success. Your success will help you create a life that most never dreamed of until they actually became extended care, long-term care solution specialist. Again, there's so many people on this call that could tell you how much of the world has opened up to them. And I mean the world, because a lot of them, because of these carriers and their continued success, have seen a lot of the world as a result. Them and you and your significant other get to go on a trip, multiple trips every year based on your production for that particular carrier. And again, once you've gone on one of those trips, you'll never miss another. They're always first class in every way and give you an experience that you soon, if never, you just won't forget. So if when you get to the point and you think that your success is costing you too much, like you see here, what I'm encouraging you to do is to release the shackles, if you will, whatever's holding you back, and jump in to the opportunity that's right ahead of you. There's nothing like you're not in this alone. If you jump in and it doesn't go the way you want, we'll be here to catch you. And by we, I mean all of you, along with the NAIS and FPS and myself. We'll all be here to catch you because we've all been there. So don't hold back. You're only hurting yourself when you do. It'll only be a regret that you'll have later in life if you do. Embrace the opportunity to be everything this can give you. And there's so many things, of course, nothing like having a continual income because of the renewals you'll build up in your book. But it's just going to open up so many doors for you. So as new agents, I wanted to encourage you to go for it and to, as I said it to you in training a couple times, leap and the net will appear. Right? Trust me, it will. I don't know what the eyes for, but trust me, it will appear if you take that shot, because you're not going to be falling alone. We'll be right there with you to say, hey, brace yourself. This is how to make a soft landing, and take a lesson away, make it happen. All right, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, same exact link as today. It is not designed to be a webinar. It's designed to be a conference call. There is something that comes in between now and then that I think I have to show you. We'll turn it into a webinar, but it's the same link as this. And who has questions? Anybody? Anything? Anybody want to bring up? Once, twice? Okay, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, one quick
Okay,
question.
Scott.
All right, as far as licensing for Medicare stuff, do we go through NA insurance?
Yeah. Go to Amy.
Amy? Okay.
Amy Brown. You'll see her on the website, and yeah. And and you can always call to Todd Oldman. Again, you have the directory of the list of people at the home office. Feel free to
Okay.
access them. Okay. Anybody else have
Thanks.
anything else? Thank you, Scott. Anybody else have anything else? No? We'll save it up until tomorrow. Again, I will have some bonuses for you tomorrow for people who attend the call. In fact, there's a couple bonuses on this. Again, a couple. One of them is something I saw from Matthew McConaughey, which he's really got into the success and motivation side of things. He does a bunch of stuff with Tony Robbins now. Anyway, I included a video from that. There's some other, you know what that's on there that I want to make sure you see? I've been meaning, last week we talked about this, but new agents, you need to know about it too. We have a lot of strategic partners, but one of our most utilized partners is Harry and David. This weekend is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to all the other mothers out there. So you have to make sure I cover all the bases, but happy Mother's Day. But again, it made me think, and that's why I wanted to bring to your attention. There's a coupon in there, or a waiver for 40% off. Now that 40% off at Harry and David is for the general public, that you can get that 40% off. And then because you're affiliated with us, you get another 20% off. And then because of the way we set up the responsibility, all the shipping is free. So you could be sending out what looks like $100+ baskets and all kinds of fancy things, and your cost is going to be a fraction of that, all because of the relationship we have with them as a strategic partner. You can do that for yourself. You can do that for all the holidays. Again, graduations are coming up. I don't get anything out of this. I wanted you to have something that would be affordable for you to offer or be able to utilize to build your practice. I used it initially to have a contest around getting referrals. And then I used it as a thank you gift I would send to people after their policy got delivered, and they kept the policy. And again, it would cost me somewhere between $25 and $35 to send something out. And boy, what referrals and what just constant contact that you'll build with your clients. So it's there, it's on the email. Take full advantage of it, because I know we're moving into the time when there's lots of gift giving. Abe can tell you, he sends us stuff out all the time. It works. So that's that. Until then, bring your questions tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern time. We'll all be there. And until then, go out and create a great day, everyone.